To you, from me, 2,000 years from now. Good morning, it's Eulalia, and I would say I'm doing a teach to learn, but really it's more of a knowledge dump on the one, the only Ernest Hemingway. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna apologize beforehand on any outbursts, okay? I am such a fangirl, I'm a simp, I get hype. So let's do this. Published in 1940, this novel isn't just about war. It's about love, fate, sacrifice, and the terrifying weight of duty. For Whom the Bell Tolls shows that his minimalism in his writing is not about simplicity, but it's about depth. And today we are going to go into his writing style, experiences that shaped him, and why For Whom the Bell Tolls is one of the best war novels, period. Hemingway's style is deceptively simple. The dialogue is direct. He avoids excess, but beneath the surface, his words carry an immense weight. And this is a writing style that he called the Iceberg Theory. What is not said is just as important as what has been said. And here is a moment, we're about to quote this man, okay, between Robert Jordan and Maria that displays this iceberg theory. The world is a fine place and worth fighting for. I hate very much to leave it. No embellishments, no melodrama, just a brutal, honest truth about war, love, and death. Hemingway was a war correspondent, so he saw this destruction firsthand, and his writing does not display heroism in a traditional sense. It shows the psychological weight of battle, the struggle of existentialism, and the inevitability of fate. And in For Whom the Bell Tolls, he gives us a protagonist who embodies this perfectly, Robert Jordan. Hemingway didn't just write about war, he lived it. He was actually in both. In the First World War, he came to Italy and worked as an ambulance driver, but he was on the front lines with the soldiers, drinking it in and taking in the suffering, as well as getting blown the fuck up at 18. Okay, let me rein it. This war became the foundation and where the story of For Whom the Bell Tolls begins. And in this story, Robert Jordan is sent and he's working for the Republic, and he's someone who's going to blow up the bridge. But the story isn't about even blowing up the bridge. It's about morality and the people that he meets throughout the way in the fleetingness of time itself. One of the most powerful quotes in the novel comes from Jordan's inner monologue. Are you ready? You never had a right to expect anything. That is why when something comes, you are not surprised, you are grateful. Outside of being in an actual war, his own life was a constant battle, whether it was war, depression, or his own demons. Okay, calm down. At its core, For Whom the Bell Tolls is about the inevitability of death, but it is also about love, a love that burns fast and bright. Robert Jordan and Maria do not get the conventional love story. However, Hemingway makes their love feel real, and I'm about to quote him, okay? Robert Jordan says to Maria, "There is nothing else than now. There is neither yesterday, certainly, nor is there any tomorrow. How old must you be before you know that?" Pause. And this small snippet of a quote showcases how Hemingway viewed life, that it's uncertain and the past is gone. All we have is right now. And this reminds me of another one of his quotes, that there is no today, there is no tomorrow. today is the only day that there ever was and ever will be. Okay, but the title of For Whom the Bell Tolls was taken from John Donne's poem, No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. Therefore, sin not to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Memento mori. Hemingway's message is that death is not just personal, it's collective. War doesn't just kill soldiers, it kills humanity itself. Every loss is our loss, and that's what makes For Whom the Bell Tolls timeless. Tell him, Chetty. Wow, intense. Now let's go into my personal thoughts. Okay, wow. Hemingway. Let me start with what brought me to Hemingway. I am writing a novel, and I have two main characters, Eulalia and Silas. And prior to this last year, I was really only reading books that were about men written by women. And I felt that this already brought this intrinsic femininity that was like foundational in the characters of the books I was reading that would not do justice to my boy Silas. So I went on a mission to read men written by men, and that brought me to For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is where I met Robert Jordan, the love of my life. Okay, calm down. And Hemingway brought me to higher level writing. I mean, as it mentions in the beginning, or the script, is his dialogue is so direct and so simple, but carries so much weight. And one other thing that really stood out to me with reading Hemingway, just because it set the pace for me getting into classical literature anyway, but before that, a lot of the books that I was reading were very like romantic fantasy, but smut filled. And not only that, but very descriptive smut, which is fire, But how he displays and shows intimacy is so much more to me. And it really showed me that I don't have to go to that place to write of a passionate love. And one thing that stands out to me right now when I was reading For Whom the Bell Tolls is after Maria and Robert Jordan solidify their love, she asks, did thee feel the earth move? And I just, Hemingway. And another just awestruck moment for me with reading For Whom the Bell Tolls was Hemingway's ability to display the battle of an inner dialogue, and he does that with Robert Jordan. Look at me. So well. And I even have like a page ripped out on my desk, and it's about a moment where Robert Jordan, who is a soldier, has seen war, knows that he's going to die, knows that he's not special. Nothing changes his fate from the next boy or whoever is, on the line. And he talks about the importance of happiness. And even though it's so fleeting, to find happiness, even for a moment, is to be immortal while being alive. So he just really made me appreciate, I'm already obsessed with time, but just the fleetingness of life. And reading that novel made me start to live a life where, like, okay, if I were to die right now, I want to die happy. I'm happy right now as I'm doing this. I don't want to be in a bad mood and then get hit by a car and die, and the last thing was me being sad. And that has caused me to be more aware of those moments where maybe despair overwhelms me, because to be happy is a choice. And I'm not even going to go into the irony of Hemingway's fate. But if I had to, I would say, oh man, he was just such an eccentric man. I mean, you've got to look into his life and the events that occurred that led him to where he was at that moment. But Hemingway was the gateway to my current reality of understanding literature. So I am what they would say simp AF. And let me just yap real quick again. So I went to Spain. Hemingway loves Spain. Okay, I'm wearing this. I bought this in Barcelona. Okay, I met Eulalia in Barcelona. She was a saint there. So he's just like so woven into what you're gonna see. Okay, and his iceberg theory is so fun. I learned about that this morning before, like when I made that script, or had Chatty Boy make the script, that he called it iceberg theory. And that's kind of funny because to me, he's always been so direct, like especially in his book, The Man by the Sea, which I've also read, and Farewell to Arms. Oh my God. Okay, calm down. But right now I'm reading Atlas Shrugged, and her iceberg theory is like beyond, that's metaphysical. But anyway, as you can tell, I get super passionate about this. Hemingway's the go. I miss him. Right now I'm into Ayn Rand and Dostoevsky. Thank you for the pronunciation correction, Mr. Russian man who watches my videos. And I've been thoroughly enjoying them as well. If you have any other great examples of me, or for me to read, of men, I need the protagonist to be a man, written by a man, so that I can study it and do justice by my own Robert Jordan, my own Aragorn, Silas. Okay, thanks y'all. Have a great day. To you from me 2,000 years ago.